Every admission season, university professors receive hundreds of identical emails asking for letters of recommendation. Most of them arrive just days before a deadline. The students sending those emails usually focus on writing the perfect, polite request, but securing a letter that actually moves the needle in a competitive process requires actions taken months before that email is ever drafted. When you skip that preparation, you fall victim to the silent killer of academic applications, the highly positive but entirely generic recommendation letter. It confirms you got an A and says you're a hard worker, but it tells the committee nothing unique about your potential. Treating this process as a last-minute transaction starves your recommender of the raw data they need. They lack the behavioral evidence, the specific anecdotes, and intellectual moments required to write a compelling endorsement. Think back to your own recent requests. Did you provide a detailed roadmap of your accomplishments, or did you just hand over a form and hope for the best? To engineer a top-tier letter, we need to operate on a 6-month strategic timeline. This roadmap maps out the specific moves to make at the 6-month, 3-month, and 1-month marks. Moving past a transactional mindset allows you to initiate a long-term strategic relationship that yields far better results. Many students prioritize a professor's prestigious title over the actual depth of the relationship. They chase the highest-ranking faculty member they can find, assuming the signature matters most. Admissions officers value a hyper-specific, data-backed letter from an assistant professor over a vague note from a famous dean. The committee knows when a writer doesn't understand your intellectual capabilities. A title cannot fill that gap. The ideal recommender is the faculty member who can point to a specific Tuesday afternoon where you stayed after class to debate a complex concept. Identify one professor who could genuinely recall a moment where you surprised them intellectually. Holistic admissions committees look for verification of your ability, and a record of close intellectual engagement provides certainty that prestige alone cannot match. At the 1 to 2 month mark, you initiate the formal request using a specific protocol. A professional request email must include a shared past interaction to jog the professor's memory, a specific project, or a piece of feedback that shaped your work. Then you deploy a critical strategy. You ask, "Do you feel you know my work well enough to write a strong letter?" Including the word strong serves as an ethical escape hatch for the professor. If they don't have enough evidence to support you, this phrasing allows them to decline politely. It is better to receive a constructive refusal now than a weak, generic letter that damages your application later. If the professor accepts this specific phrasing, they have psychologically committed to writing a high-level endorsement. Before you reach out, check the link in our description to verify your university's specific requirements. By providing this ethical out, you ensure that any accepted request turns the professor into a committed advocate. Once they agree, your task is to manage up. You provide the writer with targeted behavioral evidence. Instead of simply handing over a resume, you provide a comprehensive briefing dossier. This dossier includes your CV, a statement of purpose, program details, and curated classroom moments. The professor uses this data to build your letter's narrative, replacing generic praise with data-backed observations, like ranking you in the top 3% for independent thinking. This makes the professor's job easier, while ensuring you maintain control over your application's narrative. Admissions guidelines explicitly state that letters should detail personal experiences to build upon your grades and essays. A glowing recommendation is engineered by the student deliberately supplying the right evidence to the writer. Securing the agreement is only the first step. Navigating the submission logistics is the final test of your professional maturity. Submission systems vary globally. The US often uses blind digital portals, while programs in the UK and Germany employ a mix of hybrid and optional systems. If you have peers currently making the mistake of waiting until 2 weeks before their deadline, share this framework with them. To start your timeline this week, identify your target faculty member, draft an email referencing a specific intellectual interaction, and ask the strong letter question. Your professional handling of this process signals to the professor that you are ready for the rigors of a graduate environment. Access our university-specific guides below and subscribe for our upcoming breakdown on international program value. The strongest endorsements grow out of early intellectual relationships, where the content of the letter is shaped by the evidence a student deliberately provides.